So here I am. Hello. This is New Lex Elementary, who had the guts and the courage and the scientific interest to do this compost experiment with me and in partnership with Junction City Elementary at the beginning of the school year. So you guys remember you were asked to bring in a bunch of food scrap items, like 2 or 3 or however many you wanted to, and my oh my, did we get a bunch. We had a whole big grocery bag, or not grocery, trash bag, like a big trash bag full of food scraps from you guys and from the Junction City students. So we put it into the experiment. I added a few crazy items myself. I added, do you think a plastic bottle belongs in a compost pile?
No.
No, probably not, but we don't care. It's an experiment, right? We're scientists, so we want to see what will decompose and what will not. And there's a few other crazy items we added in there as well. Every time I talk to a group, I show them my circle of trash, my little pie chart, and you can see not everything has to be thrown away, does it? How much stuff can be recycled and made into something new and useful again? Yes.
Like 15.
If you look at this, what would you guess by looking at my pie chart? What do you think? How much of our trash can be made into new paper, new cans, new glass bottles and jars? Want me to ask one of the other kids to help you?
Sure.
All right, what do you think?
Water bottles.
Water bottles. And how much of those, how much of our trash, a water bottle is a good example of things we don't want. How much of our trash, if this is all of our trash, 100%, this is like the big circle, how much of it can, like water bottles, be transformed, recycled into something new again? Yes.
A lot. 50%.
Right here, easily, 50%. Very good. You see, half the circle is blue, right? So half can be recycled. And what about this part right here? This is the kind of red looking pie piece. How much of the circle does that make up? You guys know percentages or fractions? Have you learned about those?
Yeah, well.
What do you say, sir?
25.
25%. Good job. Anybody know what fraction that would be of our trash? You know? Anybody?
25 out of 100.
25 out of 100, which would be
A quarter.
1/4 or 1/4. Good job, you guys. I'm impressed. So this little yellow piece here, that's my true trash. That's the stuff that truly belongs in the garbage can, and that ultimately ends up in a place, a special place for our garbage called, starts with an L.
Landfill.
Not a lake.
Landfill.
Good guess. Landfill. Yeah. I'd prefer to think it might end up in a sanitary landfill someday if it has to, but not all of it has to go there, does it? So there you go. And you said plastic bottles. Any other examples of things we can recycle?
Cans.
Cans? What kind of cans? Because there's 2 types of metal. You know one? Yes. Yes.
Aluminum.
Aluminum. Can everybody say aluminum?
Aluminum.
Aluminum cans. Can you say it 3 times really fast?
Aluminum. Cans.
Oh, nice. That's better than me. Is there another type of metal besides aluminum?
Steel.
Steel. Food cans, right? All right. So we have our plastic bottles and jugs. We have metal, aluminum, and steel food cans. And what kind of paper can we recycle? Your recycle guides will help you. Yes.
Scrap paper.
Yeah, any kind. Actually, almost all paper, pretty much, right? Unless it has a layer of plastic in it, you can pretty much recycle all your paper and your cardboard. And the last one we didn't touch on, and it's right here. A1 sauce bottles come in it. What kind of metal or material is that?
Glass.
Glass. All right. Good job. So I'm going to set this down, and really quickly, I'm going to dump. Oh wait, before I dump it, this is what I always forget every year. we took a weight on this before we put it in. Remember how full it was when we started out? Do you remember seeing the pictures I sent you?
Mm-hmm.
Does it look as full?
No.
No. Do you predict it will weigh more or less now that
Less.
Right. We are back and ready to dump our experiment and investigate the results of what happened the whole school year. So it was October 28th, 2020 when we started this virtually, right? You guys gave me your items and I added my crazy items and we built the experiment. Now we're going to see what's left and what's changed and what has not. We kept track, and I'm going to give this list to Mrs. Russell so she can kind of cross-reference and remind us. That was a long time ago. When was, let's see, October, can you do the months with me? October, November,
December,
January.
February, March, April, May.
So how many months ago did we start this experiment? Yeah, 7 months ago we started this experiment, and we weighed it, and it weighed 19.4 pounds. Yep. Right now, today. Does it say what we weighed in October?
It weighed 20 pounds even.
Dang it.
Is that more or less? So in October it weighed 20 pounds. Today we just weighed it, and it weighed 19.4 pounds. So is it more or less today?
Less.
Less. Yep. And one of you guys said you predicted it might weigh the same. And technically, wouldn't you think it would weigh the same if the same stuff is here? I had it protected. Wherever I don't know. Oh, over here. We had protective screen material that looks kind of like this that I put over top. I had boards and bricks and blocks to keep it protected from my dog and the cats and the wild animals that creep around at night. Anybody and everything that wanted to get in here was not allowed. Even my cows tried to get into it because I kept these in the pasture, the edge of our pasture by our cows. When they come into that pasture every now and then, they would check it out, but I had it protected so they couldn't get in. Cows are terrible. They'll grab hold of things and strewn them around, you know, but they weren't allowed. Nothing was allowed. Now mice maybe got in there. Snakes. You think snakes could get through this?
Yeah.
And all the decomposers. You guys remember the decomposers? Do you remember the decomposers? Do you remember? This is kind of tricky because this was all virtual until today. But do you remember the FBI?
Yeah.
The FBI. Do you remember what it stands for? Not the Federal Bureau of Investigations. The Decomposer FBI.
We never got to watch the banana slug band.
Any guesses about what the F would be as a decomposer that would break things down in our experiment? Fungus! Good job! How about the B? It's so tiny you need a microscope to see it.
Bacteria.
Bacteria! Can everybody say bacteria?
Bacteria.
Bacteria! That's the song. That's the gyration for the song. Bacteria. Right? How about, and the fungus is like this, like a mushroom, right? And the I, it includes insects, but there's more than just insects in this third group of decomposers. Invertebrates! Can you guys all say invertebrates?
Invertebrates.
Say it louder!
Invertebrates.
Oh, they are the decomposer kings and queens of the decomposer world. So FBI, that's who we wanted to invite to the experiment. And they could get through this easily, couldn't they? Yes. All right. So we're going to dump this, and we're going to look and see what happened to everything. And I'm not a baby about touching stuff, but I do want to protect my hands from getting all goobered up if I have to wipe my face, and then I'll have a black face. So
Yeah.
all right, so we're gonna pick out. Ooh, what do we have here? Is this a decomposer? Ooh, yeah. Look at that. I see a sow bug. Some of you guys call them roly polies. And a worm. our most famous decomposer of all.
Sam.
So I'll come around. You see the sow bug crawling around?
Nope.
You see him right there?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a big
You guys see him?
My dad calls it the potato.
Cup. Yep, the big chill cup. Did it decompose?
Nope.
No, it just got dirty and broke up a little bit. We have your seltzer water. These are my stuff that I put in actually, because I drink this. So, can we recycle aluminum cans?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who said that over there? And we have Ziploc bags. We'll check those out in a minute. We have a food can. Can we recycle steel food cans?
Yes.
Yep. So this is our recycle pile. Yep. Right here. And this is going to be our true trash pile. There. And then our compost will be what's left here in the middle. Okay. So we have a baby jar with a lid and water in the jar. Can we recycle glass? Clear and brown.
Yes.
Yep, but the lid we cannot, so that stays over there. What have we here?
Paper bag.
It's a paper bag. There's another sow bug, roly-poly. We can recognize it. We're going to set it right here because can paper decompose?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Less than a week ago, we were in the low 30s, weren't we? This has been a really weird spring. So our decomposers, our worms and sow bugs and everybody else weren't real happy and weren't coming to our pile and working a whole lot. Right at the beginning there, I'm going to put that there. Here's another Gatorade plastic bottle. We can recycle that. There's a K-cup. There's another bag. And the DQ, that is a 5. I can't do that because that's the wrong kind of plastic. Is there? He likes it in there, I guess. And here's your dirty water bottle. We can recycle that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just kind of finish up, see if I'm missing anything, and then we're going to let you guys do some investigating. So we can probably give it another break. We've looked through here. We found our compostable materials. A lot of this didn't break down all the way because we had low 30-degree temperatures for the last week and a half. In April we had a warm spell, but then it got cold again. So there's a barrier on this one, like you said, plastic, so it makes it harder. So we would separate the plastic. And can the cardboard go back in the pile? You think it'll break down now? Yeah, it tears easy. I bet in another week, if I came back in a week, this probably wouldn't even be recognizable. It would be totally changed into like a black, wonderful soil. All right, kind of like what this is starting to come. This was grass, leaves, weeds. All right. The other thing I wanted to show you guys is we put some items in the bag to deny it. The things that decomposers like. What do decomposers need to be happy? What do you and I need to be happy? That's it.
Oxygen.
Air, yes, oxygen. What else do you think these guys need that you and I don't need a whole lot of, but it's nice to get washed up every now and then with it?
Water.
And drink it. Water. So we're trying to deny them air and water so that maybe whatever we put in here might still. And behold, I think a mouse tried to work its way through the first layer. See how the chews are?
Yeah.
But we foiled them. The second one they didn't make through. And this last layer, look, can you recognize what it is?
Yeah, it's a donut.
A donut. Good enough to eat. Anybody want to eat it? I don't think I want to either. It's probably kind of stale. But look, you can recognize it. And the rest of the donuts we put in here, they are totally changed, totally gone. All right.
Don't you want to eat that baby?
Mrs. Russell's going to read from the list everything we wrote down that we put in here in October. Today is what, May 18th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2021. So we're about 7 months later. And what did we put in there?
A donut, banana peels, and a whole banana. An apple, a whole apple.
You guys see the apple? The apple has totally changed. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Oh, here's the metal lid to this.
Cereal.
Where's the cereal? It decomposed.
Spaghetti.
Where's the spaghetti?
Decomposed.
Alright.
Flour tortillas.
Flour tortillas! That's not a flour tortilla.
A cutie orange.
What happened to your orange?
It decomposed.
It decomposed.
K-cups.
K-cups still are here.
Radishes in a baggie.
And that might be what this is. Yep, there's I tried to keep it. Do you think there's any mold forming on the radish?
Yes.
Or was it radish?
Yep.
It's all mushy, you guys.
Ooh.
Ew, ew. So it got some moisture and some mold. Some decomposers got to it.
A Cheez-It box.
What happened to the Cheez-It box, you guys?
What? How did Cheez-It decompose? What?
Cheez-It boxes are made from what?
Cardboard.
Cardboard, which comes from trees, right?
What?
Yeah, cardboard, paper, all that comes from trees. Are trees a living thing?
Yes.
Right, so when they die and become cardboard and paper, they're dead, but if you put them in the right conditions, they can even decompose and break down.
A Gatorade bottle, aluminum can, water bottle, the Starbucks steel can, a piece of bread,
What? Bread, where's the bread, you guys?
Decomposed.
Good job.
tomatoes,
Tomatoes are, where's the tomatoes?
Decomposed.
They're breaking down, aren't they?
a steel food can.
Here's part of your Cheez-It box.
Yep.
Woo.
Still can.
Steel food can.
Yep. Baby food jar,
The baby food jar. Glass.
duct tape,
What?
Duct tape. Here it is. This is the old label from last year's class on this tub. Did it break down?
Nope.
How come?
Plastic.
Plastic, right?
a styrofoam cup from Speedway, a plastic lid. And that's everything that we contributed
All right.
for New Lex.
So here's the right stuff that goes in your compost pile. This is the stuff we should recycle every day. And this is the true trash. And of course, I think that was a tea bag.
Yeah.
You can still tell what it is. This was coffee grounds too. It got